Hello and welcome back to episode 19 of Wartales. We are fighting the boss of Ludern today, and then we're going tomb diving in Ludern, and then we're getting the heck out of this awful, miserable province. I've been saying it for a few days now, but we actually have the last things to do. We are right next to the boss. We have to do Ludern. We have to pop into Lethri, because I have I think 2 spots in here to check. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to do the tomb. And then that's it. That's it. I don't need to do the rat's nests. I will maybe find the answer for Ludern stables. I suspect that's probably in this cursed village. If I get a key, we'll come back to the watchtower. Otherwise we out. Oh my God. They're probably going to make me walk back to that cottage to cash in this quest, but baby steps, baby. We fully rested. We ate lots of food. We have to fight a plague ridden, which I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll see how it is. We're talking a little bit about Baldur's Gate this morning. Every companion is becoming Astarion and Will are your least favorite. Being a straight male, I don't have a huge effect on that, but also count Halsin if he'd definitely be my least like one. I mean, definitely the first time I played Baldur's Gate, I was like, I'm giving Astarion kisses. Just because it seemed fun. A look in this plague ridden's eyes is different from the others afflicted. It chills your companions' souls. Level 9. An unusually powerful plague ridden is prowling the lands of Ludern. The guard fears that they will spread the plague across the entire region. So normally plague ridden don't have armor. This one clearly does. And lots of it at that. You are... At 50% of their maximum health, this unit transforms. Oh, boy. Each time they take damage, this unit gains 1 application of Bion's Panic. Corresponds to the number of plague-ridden allies called by Bion's Crazed Scream. Damage reduced by 10% for each plague-ridden unit engaged in combat. Okay, so it's similar to the archer, but with... plague ridden instead of animals. Deals a bunch of damage and gains 10% rage. Cries out to a number of plague ridden reinforcements equal to Bion's Panic, then removes all their applications. Oof. My pugilists cannot attack this character. Because every single strike of the pugilist will add another tick of this, which is going to equal an entire plague-ridden character. So I have to use one-shot characters as much as possible. Oh man, that's greasy. Okay. The good doctor is good. Toll is very good. Turgis is good with Foulness Bringer. Christie is good. The Inquisitor could work. Huffleton cannot go in there. Ikmina cannot go in there. Adelhard is good. Because Slice and Dice is really powerful if you only use it on one character. And Nick... yeah, you're okay. What else do you have? Fragility and Pyrophobia. Damage increased by 30%. Stick with the flag. Alright. Multi-attack counter boss. Christie's not allowed to hit something. That's fair. Christie's dagger. Yeah, Christie has got the dagger now. Ever since the original one died. Is your wolf still alive? Noroth the wolf. No. We released Noroth into the wild. So... I'm going to say yes, you are still alive, but you're off on an adventure. We tried to get rid of all of our animals, and we're slowly building the zoo back up by accident. Though I probably should get rid of... realistically, I should just get rid of Hammy. Hammy or glitch. Or both. Okay. 20% guard. I could destabilize bleed as an opening move. Somebody needs to tank you. Probably Turgus. Probably Toll, I mean. Who's got higher strength, so he auto crits on Urkashet. And then we could trigger Weakening Blow. He's got fragility right now, so the first attack is going to do a lot of damage. So Wrath of Urkashet's not a bad idea. For 155. That tactical slam also does a surprising amount of damage. Crazed Scream only triggers after a certain amount of moves. If I just did almost half of their HP, half of their armor in an opening set, can I just kill them before they summon anybody? We're going to find out. Stack a little bleed and destabilize. I'm going to put you here just so you get the point. Okay, I have 4 moves to do 900 damage. Is this possible? There's a solid backstab here. That would do a lot. The doctor, of course, does like pretty good damage. Slice and dice would be good, but I tell you what, I'm going to open up with Christy here. We're going big, is the plan. Mostly I want this surrounded for this ability. Didn't hit as well as I would have hoped, but... Okay... I could draw them in with Challenging Shout for fragility, but right now they have Surrounded, and that's giving them a huge bonus. Or debuff, I should say. 303 on the bloodshed. All right, well, they're dead at the end of their turn, no matter basically what happens. That was massive. Homie's not taking any damage. Wow, I was worried about this fight. I'm getting the feeling maybe that was unnecessary. He says this. Oh no! The illness overcomes her and she transforms. Plague Claw Strike applies 5 fever. Every time this unit engages in combat, creates a pool of poison around them. They're already engaged, so as long as I don't lose that engagement. This unit gains 1 application of Bion's Panic. which they then use to cry out in 2 moves. That doesn't do like any damage. Watch this. Watch this. Glorious. Notorious. That was so easy. My God. Peterless are back in action. No big deal. The Adventures of the Hero Godzilla and Psychic Cammy. The run's real name. Wednesday Morning Fever. We all break out in a half-hearted middle of the disco level week. Bion's Torque. +1 willpower. Why is this a gold accessory? And Devotion. After nearly 20 years, Bion has firmly gripped the handle of this axe. For nearly 20 years. Deals 70 to 90 damage and does rage. All right, so now I really want to build a berserker. Right? Like, that's the two-handed berserker axe. Through and through. I'm gonna leave their body. Oh, look who leveled up! Godzilla. Every time this unit attacks a bleeding enemy, they apply vulnerability. Or this unit has a chance to produce scales during a rest. That is undoubtedly, I think, the more useful thing. It's a bit confusing because the scales are only going to be used in Balerian recipes, seeing as they were only added in Balerian. Every time this unit attacks a bleeding enemy, they trigger bleeding damage. Whoa. I like that the idea that they do like a vulnerability and bleed and poison and a random debuff. I think I'm going to give it scales though. And I'll be honest, I want to give it Constitution. Because I'm more concerned about Godzilla staying alive than I am about them doing damage. Well, I'm shocked by how straightforward that was.
Unless one of your party cooks like an engineer, in which case the scales are love. The scales are life.
As in, like,
might I interest you in
weighted scales?
My good sirs?
I feel like this is a deep cut reference. Measuring everything. Yes, okay, yeah. Fair, that tracks. I'll allow it. Let me up! I just want to come cash in my quest.
Might you be looking for? Here is your reward.
Here is your reward. Trade Stromcap 5 spices. That's really good. This is the best place to sell spices. Like, that's just free money. If I ever go through Stromcap, it's gonna be with a bunch of spices. Bunch of Harag enthusiasts.
My grandfather was a soldier in the Edoranian Legion. He fell in love with my grandmother during the war. You know what he did? The Blighters switched sides.
The Blighters! The nerve of them. I know I should be singing. And yet, I am not. All right, I don't want to accidentally spend all day in this this town, so let's just keep moving. And we're gonna go this way into the cursed village. Kind of wish I had some pythons set up here, but now talk about cursed. Boars, mosquitoes, all sorts of things I don't want to be dealing with. Yeah, okay, so we didn't finish this place. We have a silent scout team, which I am okay with. A gust of wind fills the room. You hear a sinister creak. The door through which your companion's entering is closing. It could slam shut at any moment and reveal your presence, but perhaps one of your companions is nimble enough to stop it in time. You have 70 decks. Fred the Rager reaches the door just in time to close it cautiously. Lockpicks, beer, wine, bait for fishing. A bag full of crockery, trinkets, and rusty tools. Something shiny catches your eye at the very bottom among the useless knickknacks. A willing and very determined companion should be able to grab it. 5 sapphires. Who's got the willpower? None of you, I don't think. Fred's got 17. That's not going to be enough. It is. Wow. Fred unlocks the trait Silent. Noise reduced in 3 in abandoned villages. Hell yeah, dude. All right, we got a triple lockpick. Oh my god. God gamers. A bloodthirsty heater shield. If the user still has armor, they reflect 15% of the damage sustained to the attacker. Are you kidding me? It's a level 8 shield as well. It's a rhyme steel shield that does reflect 15%. 20% reflection. Oh, that's damage dealt. Okay, I see. And this is like 5% of max armor. I think the Alizarian heater shield is still better. Turgis could use this. %110% of strength or dex. So they're doing like 33, 40 damage. Yeah, that's still... yeah, it's okay. I'm not totally sold on it. Counterattack's still much better than percentage of damage. Yeah, because it's damage sustained. So it's like, with all the guard... it's going to be like, you're barely going to take anything anyway. This has been happening a little bit lately where graphics have been pinking out. The apothecary's office. Plague essence oil. As your companions rummage through the room, one of the shelves starts shifting slowly. A suitably brawny companion should be able to prop it back up. Oh, F. Wow. I have no idea how 9 strength allowed me to succeed in that. Vials, salt, and a plague sample. And just to check these other rooms. I forgot that we encountered this but never did it. 56. I can't risk the possibility of that triggering. Is the long and short answer. I have to wait for that to go down before I come back. Which is such a colossal pain. But I do have a funny feeling that we're going to have to come back this direction anyway once we're done the tomb. Like if we have to go back to the secluded cottage. Ooh, zombie train. I think I would like to throw a python down this cliff to speed up this process the next time around. And we can move on with our lives. We've done everything at this firm.
I feel like
Though I can hardly remember what we did. It was so long ago. Hey! Let's make way. Not into Garusa clan. We can camp down here. One of the nice things we can do, because we're going underground, is we can eat rat stew. Probably some beer-infused ribs, and I don't know, actually. What do we have to cook here? Oh boy, not a lot, eh? Bada bing. Almost nothing. I need Gosenberg wine to make the soups. Well, we could take 20% dex. That ain't bad. And I don't know, max valor points? Sure. That sets us up okay. Most of the time our tanks were getting hit for like 7. Yeah, so 20% of 7 is only like a couple of damage. Saurian scales. Saurian scales look a lot like croc swine scales. Huffleton. What a fight, what a fight to think we bested a champion like Master Tracker Bion. We are heroes. Revel in the group's elation and bask in the glory of victory. Valiant. If the group starts with less than 2 valor points, grants up to 2. Oh my god, yes. And it's a relationship bonus. This is what... it's hilarious because this is what Christy, our old Slayer, had before she died. And I've been really missing this ability because it's so good. And Christy herself has leveled up, grabbing an extra 2 dex. Meaning we can take her off of there. Put her on the chest. Is everybody level 7? Seven, 8, 7. pretty much. Locke is really close to leveling up, so I'm going to put him on the dummy. Brutus, you can go back there. Evie, you can go here. Inquisitor, you can go. We should put them on the beer right now. I feel it's maybe more important. Not to be that guy, but it's pronounced Piton. Python? Piton? Meaning eyeballed French. Piton? I've always heard Python. But also, I'm from Newfoundland and we say everything weird. You know, I still don't actually know if moving through those flies does anything. So many times we've popped our way through.
Here is a piece of friendly advice.
Just checking all the last little places in here. Volunteer scrawny, brawny, thick-skinned on a ranger, though.
Living in the swamp isn't always easy, but it's our clan's way.
I'll buy your
What
beer.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
I'm up to 21 brandy, so I don't think I need to buy any of that. We use cider for something. I can't remember what it is. We're going to sing the tale. The tale of Hammy the Boar. Do-do-do. Father of cutlets. He was a pig, and we loved him. Hammy the Boar. Hammy the Boar. Go march into the night. I missed one. Don't they say boots in Newfoundland? Because I'm pretty sure that stereotype hasn't gotten old. We say boots for what, though? I mean, we say
Might you be
boots
looking for
for,
work?
like, talking about things that we put on our feet. Save. Load. Load. All they do is brew beer and raise giant fluffy dogs. My God. Actually, we don't really raise Newfoundland dogs. They come from Newfoundland, but like, you almost never see them there. They talk about boots. I see what you're saying. Ah, this Python was not here before. All these dudes are back. But I have nothing I want to buy off of them. There's the Ludern tomb. Let's just see if I can't make any more looter torches. Cloth. Unlikely. So I have these incendiary flasks. And I guess I also have these torches. In my experience, the torches tend to be more valuable than the shields. I think with the one exception probably being Locke for that powerful counter. Oh, you also have a shield. You currently have nothing in your secondary. All right, well, I mean, that feels pretty good. That's a lot of loot. LOL. Sail, not sail. How about we take the boot out on the lake, eh? No, that's definitely, that's Canada then, more Newfoundland. Newfoundland would be like, God, how would we say this in Newfoundland? Hey boy, how's about we take that boot out in the lake? Would be closer. It'd be like, how about we take the boot out on the lake? I think it would be the closest way to how we'd say it in Newfoundland. You drop a lot of letters and then you just slam everything together. Can't really say much about accents. Some of the folks here are holiers, are able to speak, live in the holiers, are barely able to speak understandable English. Yeah, we get a lot about that. Loot out loud. I'm learning Canadian.
I can't
Little bits
help but think
every day.
this whole thing is a huge waste of resources and manpower.
You can head on home. I'll do this myself.
It would have been so simple if the people of Harag weren't so headstrong and superstitious.
I bet there's going to be an awful monster down here.
They've seen how determined we are. I hope they will know better than to stand between Alizarian scholars and their tombs. I'm heading back to Alizar to report on our success.
Hey!
We'll see to
5
the
torches.
artifact shipment. Take this as a parting gift.
The secrets of this tomb are finally within our reach. Everything we've done, all the risks we've taken, all the gold we've spent, our efforts will finally pay off.
I mean, this zone has definitely cost me a lot of gold.
One last time, and together we will uncover the secrets of this tomb, avoid its
Feels like I'm
traps,
walking into a death
defeat its
trap.
creatures, to unveil the treasures hidden within. The University of Alizar and its leaders are forever in your debt.
$300 dues.
Listen to this silence, mercenaries. No one has set foot within these walls for 1,000 years. All that we know about the people buried here comes from the legends of those Harag Boers.
Wow.
Today,
Racist.
you and I will uncover the truth.
111 light. All right, well, we're well set, at least, for the zone. Dropping letters. You sure you aren't speaking about Scotland? We hate T's and G's, especially double T's. There's a lot of similarities between places like Scotland and Ireland and Newfoundland. Generally in Canada, it's like the Scots all moved to Nova Scotia and the Irish all moved to Newfoundland. A chest full of loot. Another chest also full of loot. My God, my scholar is finally going to have something to do. The inscription reads Haroon, maybe the name of the woman of this statue. The inscription means Narcissus, maybe the man of this statue. Well, Haroon has a spear, which I'm very interested in. Clearly, I'm going to have to go both ways. Moth-eaten drapes and a myriad of spider webs block the way. Burn them. Burn them all. Collar of Loyalty. Every time this unit kills an enemy, you gain 1 point. That's very good. 2 torches and a codex. These warriors were buried at the same time as the main occupants of the tomb. Hard to say if it was an honor or a sacrifice. Okay. It's probably a fight. Atmosphere in the halls is strange. Your companions can sense eyes watching them. A pot shatters on the floor, giving away the creatures that were following them. It's really funny because the tombs are always like low level. Okay, so I know that there's a pocket here and a pocket here because they all got the surprised condition. That's amazing. Also hilarious. You guys are archers. All right. I mean, there's no real way of knowing where everybody is. But I guess that's a giant pit. Which I probably could have figured out. I don't want to light myself on fire. But I think that's probably going to happen right now. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's have Ikmina probably throw this torch then. Nobody. All right, I'm gonna actually go up here then with her. Get her out of the way. Excuse me. I'm going to save the Urkashets there. In the hopes I could have used it against somebody bigger. But a mole is still a good hit. There's also guys down here. Okay. This mole's going first. I think what I will do here, bribe the creeper. I'm actually just going to taunt the creeper and go into defensive stance. Because he's going to bite me. And this way the creeper can't get the ambush attack. Because he is always, almost always the more serious threat. All right. You can't actually reach anybody. Nor can you. I should be clear. He can reach somebody, just not who I was hoping he would reach. But now this lets me come up here. And hit these dweebs with the double hallowed strike, lighting them on fire. Now. That'll lock him into repost. I feel like he might repost kill that creeper as well. Definitely he'll succeed on that. Went to Scotland in 2022. My mom was 100% positive I wasn't going to return to the States. I would stay in Scotland and find a husband. Sadly, I disappointed her and came home. Keep that secret from your husband, I suppose. We won't let him know. Mole rat down there. I always worry if I go to Scotland, I'm going to love it. Perhaps a little too much. Let's do this, and this. Get rid of him. And then we get bonuses for being engaged in combat. So why don't we come down here? Taunt this dweeb. Set up a nice backstab on him. Parry! Riposte! Get another riposte. I have a bit of a problem because that creeper is no longer going to die instantly, but I think I could boar charge through the two of them and kill that mole rat. The question is just, can I deal with this dweeb first? Mm, 10 is your max. $338 damage in a single arrow. All right. That worked pretty well. Oh, Huffleton here has got movement for days. Tack, 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 tack. And kill him. And Bob's your uncle. Up next, this mole rat. Let's give him a big stab. Not big enough, young man. Oh, and you can't reach him. All right, well, that sucks. Hammy with the unstoppable charge. And the attack on this creeper. Adelhard is down here, which I entirely forgot about. So I guess let's just use him. And remove him from play. Mosquito this guy in the butt. Stab him with that. Move up here. Get a frenzy stab on this creeper to kill him. Up, 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 up. I'm okay with that. I don't need to kill the last mole rat, and I think it would take me a full turn to do it. I'll take these rats. I'm going to leave these carcasses because I actually don't have room for them. But I'll repair everybody. Don't have a husband? You love Scotland? I want to go back badly. Ah, okay. Well, then, there's always time. Go back and grab it. What currency does one bribe a creeper? Rats, maybe? Canadians starting to get fed up and entertaining leaving the country nowadays? Some are, but in my experience, most people who leave Canada realize, like, the rest of the world isn't any better. Certainly, I feel that way. I thought I was not going to live in Canada for most of my life, and then I traveled the world. I traveled Western Europe and was like, yeah, I'm okay with Canada. It's actually pretty good here. Someone who lives in Scotland, great place if you enjoy lots of scenery and space, bit of binge drinking issue. Yeah, that's so Newfoundland is the exact same as that. Asked your boss if you could work in Scotland. He said no, U.S. states or territories only. American Samoa, Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, but not Scotland. What if you worked at the embassy in Scotland? Would that count? Assisted suicide leading cure of death in Quebec. Yeah, that's not true. That's just like a meme people make about the Canadian healthcare system to make it seem like it's not as good as it is. The Canadian healthcare system has problems, but it's still also pretty good. Most of our problems are about like privatization of healthcare, and the right-wing conservatives basically trying to push for that to make money for their buddies. So one way to deal with climate issues is overpopulation and poverty. Yeah, we do have physician-assisted suicide in Canada, but it's like it's not actually just like offered. Like you have to go through a lot of hoops to do it, and you have to be like. Basically, you have to be a person who is like looking to end their life because of a serious medical issue. So, thought of moving to Canada, pretty over the U.S. I feel you. I don't even want to go to the U.S. The U.S. scares me. It's not a meme, dude. I live here. I'm telling you, it's a meme. It's a bit of a propaganda meme, honestly, because like it has to do a lot with conservatives trying to break down the belief in our healthcare system so that they can better privatize it. So that they can go about privatizing it with less resistance, I should say. It's been like a playbook that they've been using for many, many years, and it's really obvious about it when you live here. So we have embassies in Scotland, all in London, I think. Oh yeah, actually you might be right. They probably are all in London. I keep forgetting that Scotland is not free. Totally true. I read it on the internet. Nobody lies on the internet. They promised me they weren't a dog, but they were. They were a dog this whole time. Problems with Canadian healthcare are far more pronounced than conservative greed. The system is extremely strained. Yes, absolutely, it is. Definitely, like the way we went about COVID was not super well because we didn't actually give the nurses and doctors any of the things that we want. We're not paying people well. You know, in Quebec, we keep losing doctors because of the French language laws. There's a lot of aspects of it. A scholar companion might be able to decipher the inscription on this headstone. Well, we have a master scholar. Beware whom you challenge, intruder. Know that Narses never lets an offense go unpunished. Okay, so there's definitely 2 bosses at the end of this zone, and I have to pick which one I have to fight. And that scares me. We have a yellow Triforce down here. The rune for lake. So this archer... That kind of looks like the Beast of Ludern, does it not? I mean, it's missing 7 arms, but it's got that weird humanoid face. This looks like a story about this archer fighting that beast. Am I going to be able to fight both bosses? Because obviously I want a bow and a spear. Donk. 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 She'll let my novice do that.
What do you mean the grave is empty? That's impossible.
The sarcophagus was booby-trapped, and the professor has been injured with a sprain.
By the all-seeing eye, it's true. The grave really is empty.
Sus. Also, what's going on with this ring in his hand?
I don't understand. The sarcophagi of the ancients always contain a body.
It's huge.
Man must be somewhere around here. Let's look for him. Human remains are vital to our research.
Bum, bum, bum. We are overweight because we just picked up a ton of sandstone from that. 59 white leather. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's... Let's. I'm gonna put the collar of victory on the tick. Because I feel like he's maybe good at killing things. I'm gonna go to this lectern. I'm gonna put one of these in here. I'm gonna go to this codex management. And I'm going to decipher some stuff. This book. So I can get it out of my inventory. 1 out of 3. 0 out of 3. Let's try these guys. Oops. 2 out of 3. So it's got to be like you, and you. No, it's got to be like you, and you. No, that doesn't make any sense. It's got to be like you, and you. There we go. A little bit. Nearly 8% of all deaths in Quebec are assisted suicides. I mean, that just sounds like we have a very low death rate then, maybe. Canadians come to the U.S. because they can't get a doctor in a reasonable amount of time. Like, I'm going to also tell you how hard it is to get a doctor in Quebec. Like, if that's what we're getting, it's probably, that seems like a very funny number because it's like the wait list to get a general practitioner in Quebec is like 10 years. Which is a problem. That's one of the big problems with our health system right now. We don't have enough doctors, and we keep putting in new laws that push all the doctors away. Canadians come to the U.S. because they can get a doctor in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, that's the thing is we have privatized healthcare. We just have to go to the U.S. to get it. In the U.S., we go to Mexico to get treatment that's affordable. The moral of the story, nowhere is perfect. Yeah. Did I know that 55% of all statistics are made up on the spot? Oh my God. The more we know. As I watch a person, they suffer through the last decade of life. I suppose the doctor problem is those who are opposed to doctor-assisted end-of-life measures. Yeah, I got no beef with it. It seems reasonable. I know some people who have gone through it, and it's sad, but it's no less sad than dying. It is a touchy subject, though. You are right. You are right. How about them Cowboys? Which kind of Cowboys? The sports Cowboys? Can I even put you on a task? Not really. Not that it matters. Don't allow it in the States because it deprives life insurance policies. Companies would go bananas. Wow. That's dark. That is dark capitalism right there. I can't believe how much lack of room I constantly have here. Here we go. That helped. I have all these beer ribs. Pieces of beer, Hareg beer. And they're really heavy. So I'd like to try and get rid of them. All right, what the hell am I doing? Let's get out of here. That is 100% the Beast of Ludern. It's got all the arms. Ah, there's something behind the folds of this banner, a ruby. A chest that requires the golden key. Has this statue been in other zones? Probably not, right? Because they wouldn't have made that model until doing this area. This is going to be a fight. Some states allow a 10, yeah. No idea what impact it has in life insurance in Australia. Here's the puzzle door. How did I miss a clue? Or are just two of them on the other side? Oh, look at the little plague rat. Fetish of the Ancients. Reduces by 1 the amount of terror applied to this companion at the end of their turn. Oh, this is cool. It's actually, it's a symbol of the Beast of Ludern as well. This plague rat has strayed far from its nest. It looks frightened and vulnerable. I don't really want a plague rat in my party, so I'm going to let it go. 3 paths open up before you. The path of the moon, the path of the sun, and the path of the stars. Let's not go that way yet. This is a fight. No! Wow, I'm actually very surprised. Haroon, you who walked the path of the stars first, soon reunited together. The rest is unreadable. I'm like sussed out about how few fights there are so far. We have Red Triforce. Okay, again, we have a spear user fighting the Beast of Ludern. The Rune of Destruction. Get Evisu some experience in her mining. Ba 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 ba.
Don't tell me this grave is empty. Curses! I can't believe it. My patience has run out, mercenaries. What should have been the discovery of the century is turning into a humiliating failure.
Something tells me these bodies are gonna be alive. Interesting. You can actually go over inventory here and it doesn't matter. You don't actually slow down. Peculiar. So it said this, the path of the star brings them together. Sorry, did we go this way? We haven't. Maybe this is the fight. Yeah. It's fine. We needed it. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Oof. Go something like this. Ooh, there are more of you than I anticipated. Kill? God damn, Brutus. Good work, son. Absolutely dummying these rats right now. Oh, that's not good. How is that possible? How are there no other creatures in there? Where are they all? Okay, there's one. I'm concerned about Christy here. What I'll do is that. Man, what a mess. Okay. Brutus comes up and ends this dweeb. There's actually really not that many creatures down here, it doesn't look like. Right on the money. I can't get a very good shot. Oh, ruined torch throw. Oh, cool. Okay, so the torches you can swing, but the ruined torches you can actually throw. So that makes these extremely, extremely good. I don't even need those fire bottles anymore. I could probably just use ruined torches. There is another creeper, and I don't know where it is. I have to assume it's down in this direction. Oops. I was wrong! On the bright side, at least it's blacked out. Bap, 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 bap. Rat wrecking machine. Okay. That mole rat's gonna go next, which means if I use takedown on that mole rat, I'm gonna get attacked. And I'd rather not be. You know, just if I can avoid it. Dong. Dong. You're out of range. Fool. Well, I found the rest of them. Good news is I do an insane amount of damage. Yes. I have no interest in staying down here if I don't have to. Huffleton hits level 7. I'm tempted to go with that movement, but I don't really know that I need it. And it's hard not to just spam Dex as much as humanly possible. So this is Huffleton here. Yep. Everyone is level 7. We finally broke that. Finally got to that point. So now it becomes like, who do I want to make level 8 the fastest? I don't have like a lot of good weapons. I want to say Brutus. But he is going to be spending time at his scholar bench for a very long time right now. Nobody is using the anti-poison knife. Turkus, you're already 8. I suppose I could put you... You know what? Let's make it Evisu. That feels flexible enough for me. Everybody else is working away at things. You're on that. Yeah, you're on this. Nobody's on the meat bench. So let's do that. Let's do that. Better spare that can be equipped at level 8. True. Mocus.
Please, don't kill me. I know it's sacrilege to even enter this place, but I beg of you, hear me out. I was standing watch outside to stop smugglers or Alizarians from sneaking inside when this vile creature attacked me. A rat! A plagued rat! It lunged at me and knocked me over, then ran inside the tomb. I tried to catch it, of course, but it managed to escape.
We let it go.
And then I realized it bit me. If you give me a cure, I promise to help you. Otherwise, at least let me go buy one from the smugglers.
Yeah, why not? Mocus has joined our group. He's a runner. Marked for death and sickle throw. Good with the animals. We'll set him here for right now. Yeah, you are correct, actually. We do have a better spear for level 8. And I could get him proper armor. And that does feel like it's more important. I'm going to take that advice and throw Evie in the tent instead. Alright. What do we got? A Balerian talisman. +1 vision. This kind of talisman is said to have guided Margraves to Balerion. If it works at sea, it must also work on land. What does vision affect? Like your ability to cut through fog? Or your ability to see in the dark, I suppose, as well. And then we're back here. Horun and Narcissus. So Narcissus lets no deed go unpunished, is what it said. Horun, you who walked the path of stars first, soon reunited together. I'm gonna be honest, I want to walk all of these paths. And a blue Triforce. Okay, so everything is just Triforce here. Here's the golden key, a sieve, and a rope. And of course, a puzzle. Vision gives you the ability to be an annoying idiot CEO that claims he has a plan for the future of the company. I mean, that sounds right. Wow, that was easy. I gotta know, because we've got all 3 runes now. Can I decipher any texts? This one I can. Who else but the artists could have designed something so beautiful? It is said that such displays are to be best enjoyed when set off above a lake, as originally intended by Dagon in the mountains. Merchant's Codex, Chapter 3. The obvious ungratefulness might be rooted in what the Merchant King denied his heirs. Chronicles recounting Nepti's last moments mention a certain object thrown into the depths of the basin north of Drometh Harbor. I really want to know what you get from all these. So he has Nepti's axe right now, which does 26 foulness bringer. This does 20 because I don't have stars on it yet, but it does rage. I think I would need a berserker. Oh, there is no other path once you do it. I guess? Yeah. There's only the correct path. So this was just everything is the Triforce. Da 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 da. I have to go back and get that key, but we'll do that on the way out. Here we go. Atmosphere in the halls is strained. Your companions can sense eyes watching them. A pot breaks. Level 9. Surprise, surprise. Surprise. Didn't see if there was anything over here. Important character. If this character dies, you have to restart the battle. Do do dee do 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 do. Toll and Turgis. And I said there was guys right here as well. I'm gonna try something like that. Didn't quite work as I'd hoped. I thought maybe we'd grab like one extra guy. But it's decent. Hey, should we bribe a creeper? I kind of want to try it now that I know it's a thing we can do. 50 crowns. Success rate 0. Okay, so the answer to that question is no, we should not try it. This homie's going to charge into combat, but there's nothing there for him. You have a multi-shot arrow. So I think I'm going to try to line this up. I don't actually think I can get all 3 of them. But I suppose let's go with that. Yuff. How much movement do you have? You could get back to him. Why not? Let's do it like this. We have like all these extra torch charges, so I'm literally using them to get them out of my inventory. Oh, there are guys down here. I was wrong. Very deadly wrong. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Pescadios. The hell out of here. I'm gonna block some territory. You can have creeper follows companions. Yes, yeah. I did know that. Feels like it does very little damage. All right, we'll go with this. Good old indestructible toll. Just chewing his way through everybody. Oh my god, there's more mole rats. It's like things I did not expect for $100, Bob. Boot. Oh my god. If I could keep pumping him up, he'd be able to one-shot on a lot of those riposts. All right, all of those guys are going to die from covering fire. So the question ends up becoming, how do I deal with the set of creepers hiding in the darkness down here? And you're one answer. And 2 HP. Avel. Oh my god, he does so much damage. It's disgusting. It's absolutely ludicrous. You have 13 movement. It's 6, so that's not going to be enough if I do that. 2-meter area. Get out of my way. Engaged. Oh, I guess because it's 2 meters from point to point. She's got enough. That'll work. Not super well, but good enough. Whoa. Ikmina with the big hits. Throw her into defensive stance here for the attack of opportunity, which should kill that guy. And hopefully that's all the surprises we have waiting for us in that zone. You can kill this creeper real super easy, so I'm just going to let you do that. In fact, you can also kill this mole rat super easy. So I'm going to let you do that too. There is a mole rat that we don't know where it belongs. So we'll hit him with the foulness. Damn, you guys are stubborn as hell. Hammy? This one's made for you, dude. Oh, this is glitch, actually. Still counts. Double kill. And we'll take the flame. Inquisitor Aurea has become a duelist. Critical hit and critical damage increased with one-handed weapons. As we enter a very suspicious last room. We are right on the edge of running out of fatigue. Which I have some mixed opinions about. Do we not have anything for rat stew? Cabbage. So this is the two brother and sister, spear and bow, conquering what looks like the Beast of Ludern. Or possibly just two lions? Because I'm realizing there's two of them here. We have gladiators on both sides, spear and shield. The rune for river. And what looks like a really angry crowd. These people don't seem happy. Is everyone annoyed that they killed these beasts? The lighting effects are causing me some real issues here.
We found them.
Complete the tomb.
Blessed be the all-seeing eye. Oh, I was starting to lose hope. Good thing this room was the last one.
Or is it?
Grab what you can. I'll handle the bodies and scrolls. Hurry. We'll leave as soon as you're ready. Let's not waste any more time. The trackers could return at any moment.
I have not found a legendary item in here. Now, we haven't unlocked the chest with the golden key. But normally, it's in this final room that you get the legendary item.
We'll leave as soon as you're ready.
So I'm suspicious. I guess we got the thing from that. Your companions are tired. Yeah, there's no legendary item in here. Unstable oil. After attacking an enemy in close combat, have a 25% chance to follow up with an attack of opportunity. Are you serious? That's so good. That is wildly good. Puggy recipe. Obviously, that's going on lock. I'm missing one of these guys. 2 out of 3. Well, obviously, that's going to be the next set. So it's this guy and those two. It's this guy and those two. You deciphered the codex successfully. As one approaches the arena, the clamor of hysterical crowds drowns out all the other sounds. From the gentle song of the birds to the powerful white water of the 2 rivers surrounding it, the entrance to the building mangles a small limestone cliff which would otherwise have been quite picturesque. The builder's frame benefits the city, although not without a certain measure of cynicism. Its citizens gather on the lakeshore are quite a sight to behold as they descend, with open mouths and empty pockets, into the halls below to contemplate a simple chisel. These are all 3 parts of the Builder's Codex. Which means, which means we could go back and enter in a new puzzle code and maybe unlock a secret. Unless these are just the clues that are found within the ruin. But that can't be the case, because we did Combatant's Codex we found here. And we're also missing one. I don't understand. I want to figure out where you use those two. Well, we have enough for everybody. I want to head back to town and use the broker's table. I'm worried I can't reach it in a single day. But if I use something like an apple pancake to reduce the speed at which troops' fatigue stacks, we probably could. If I had a trapper's fondue as well, that would work really well. Movement speed increased, run speed increased, fatigue decreased. Lots of loot. LOL, lots of loot. And Locke hits level 8. Oh my god. What a dreamboat. As long as this unit has no armor, they have brutality. Applies disarm for 1 round. Can no longer use skills requiring their weapons. This unit is immune to bleeding, poisoning, or burning. That would be pretty good for you. Because you're going to be wearing heavy, heavy armor after this. And I really like that idea. You almost always have armor. Like, that's clearly designed for sword masters. Disarm is nice, especially because Locke is an arena fighter. I just don't love skills that use points. Then again, he only has destabilizing strike right now. So he could really cripple someone if I took hand-to-hand combat. It doesn't do any damage is part of it, though. Oh, but I bet you could upgrade it. All of these are definitely upgradable. Pug the dog. Oh. Evie has Protector. She's clearly going to take hardcore training. I'm going to take hand-to-hand combat. If the unit is already disarmed, applies vulnerability. I'm going to be honest. That's not really useful. You're the only character I've ever seen who has a disarm ability. Unless you got a sword that did disarm, I cannot foresee you using that. Well, we can also take Locke off that now, and we can start putting on more characters to get to level 8. Man, I kind of want to put Fred back on. I think I will. Oops. I really wish they would fix that inventory menu. Yeah, I guess that's it.
So, it was you.
Busted.
The night the beast appeared and killed the best trackers in Ludern. It was you.
Maybe.
Why? So that you could sneak inside our most sacred place and plunder it?
Not entirely, but I'm glad that that was the outcome.
No words can express the contempt and disgust I'm feeling. I'll not waste another second talking to rats like you. Death is all you deserve.
Well, I guess I deserve this. I'm glad we decided to rest before walking out of this place. Bop, bop, boop, boop, bop, bee. Ah, I don't have any of my shields equipped. That was a mistake. That was quite the mistake. Locker. This guy's got a lot of armor on this side. Hunter Grelich isn't really that good. I could lock him up with Locke. Excuse the pun. Okay, who are the actual threats? Savage, Tracker, and Runner are first up to bat. I want you on those two. Typically, I like my archers in the middle so that they can spread out their damage a little bit. So Turgis is going to hit the two of those. Ikmina could maybe busy that slaughterer. Locke is going to go after the hunter. There are a lot of guys over here still. I might throw Evie Sue on that side. Adelhard, I'm going to go for a triple here. Kill this wolf, kill this savage, and put a bunch of damage on the bear, because then I could drop a slice and dice for max. That tracker is up first. I think I could out-pugilist you. I'm not loving this setup right now, but it works okay. Do I want to hit these guys with a challenging shout? Doesn't really look like I need to. Less damage than I hoped on that, but such is life. You have an attack stance opening, which is beautiful. I think I'm actually going to go with the poison here. No, I'll go for the full kill. I always underestimate how much damage these pugilists do, because like it just, the likelihood of them critting seems like so big. It doesn't feel like it's big until they start attacking, and then you realize like, oh my god, they do so much damage so quickly. This runner marks for death. I think I'm actually going to have Godzilla tank this runner. Which do mean... Oh, you can't hit both of them. If that's the case... we'll do this. Bestial shot. Followed up by the recoil shot. And I'm going to give him the bonus order there. So this poor runner isn't back on to anybody. But he could be. Oh, 47. It is just not enough damage. Unless I hit you with a torch. Trying to just like minimize the amount of points I burn through. Okay, so this guy has all the armor, which meant that Turgus wanted to come in and hit him with a foulness bringer. Stack that good corrosion. I think I'll just taunt him. He's poisoned. He's corroded. I don't have my throwing axe. Everything is all messed up here. I could attack him with the tick. Yeah, I don't really think it's necessary, though. All right, who goes next? Slaughterer. I'm gonna go like here so that when I swap places. He's back on. I'm realizing if I had done my attack stance first, I probably would have just killed him as well. Boop, boop, boop. Poison, corrosion, all the good stuff. Wrath? Nice. Love that. Love that for us. We're gonna throw a dagger at him for the bleed stack. And just stab this boar. Locke is going to tie this guy up. I can't bleed both of them. Can no longer use skills requiring their weapons. So does that mean he just becomes like disarmed? Classic disarmed? Like, will he get a punch ability now is what I'm wondering. Goes him, and then it goes this boar. What a boar, as they say. Get ricocheted. He could do nothing. Oh, disarm was a bad choice. Locke relies on counterattack, so he needs them to be able to hit him in order for him to be able to hit back. That was a bit of a whoopsie. Ah, well. These things, they happen. Bonk. 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 This guy is bleeding. The other guy is not. So let's stack 4 stacks of poison on him. For good measure. Fred could shoot that guy, but he's not going to do enough damage. I don't think. Meanwhile, I have 2 characters who can do damage to this grizzly bear. Stack a little bit extra. I forgot that they heal. Knockout. 51% chance of knockout. Well, he's gonna die from all the crazy bleeds. I think. $262. Oh my god, I didn't even trigger Berserk. Can hardly believe it. This little piggy's the last guy left, so. See if we can get some piggy kills. Mosquito now generates points whenever he kills someone, which is very fun and foolish. All right. I suppose that makes more sense. Hey! Hey! I saw that! I saw you come in after I killed that guy. So trackers have the ability where they spawn random grizzly bears. Oh, wow. I cannot move out of range of this guy. If he attacks, I'm going to get hit. Whoopsie. Ah, God. Now I got to kill another one of these two. Chomp. Allied strike. I've kind of whiffed this for you, Locke, didn't I? Glorious! And demoralized. That's 2 grizzly bears. I don't really have any interest in killing those. I'm willing to let them run. Priest cloth. Tracker's breastplate. Ooh. Ooh! Level 8 heavy armor with crit damage. You know who just hit level 8, wears heavy armor, and is a crit build? Locke.
Poor fellow. It must be hard to lose all of your friends, then see your beliefs quashed by a bunch of strangers.
Yeah, it's rough.
Good thing we freed him from this torment. Mercenaries, you carried out your mission most honorably. Thanks to you.
These guys are awful.
The University of Al-Azhar now has new mummies and hundreds of scrolls to study.
Oh no, we're the British!
Who knows what knowledge we may yet glean from the ancients.
It's the British Museum all over again.
How about their relics? As beautiful as they are, they hold little interest for us. The time has come to part ways, mercenaries. Before you go, I would like to bestow upon you the title of Knights of Al-Azhar.
Oh my god.
On behalf of our kingdom and university. Bear it with pride.
Well, that answers my question as to where the legendary artifacts are. We just got a legendary spear and a legendary bow. Guaranteed. Gotta be the bone spear, right?
I think we've seen everything we wanted to see. This is where we part ways.
Thanks, Mokus. I'll never forget the time we spent together. Yeah, so Locke is an angler, which gives him 6% critical hit, which is a really weird build for him, but I'd lose 1 guard. Gain 13 armor. I'd lose 3 critical? How is this the case? I guess because it's outlaw armor. No, critical hit 3%. Oh, critical damage 7%. Critical damage 7%. Okay, so I just have to pull the reinforced layer of the serpent out of that. Now, the irony is that he is currently wearing Outlaw's helm. But that's gonna change pretty fast. Doom, doom. This was a huge mistake. I should have taken hardcore training on him. And I should have taken hand-to-hand combat on Evisu, probably. I'll keep his weird build going. All right, let's get the hell out of here. So we're going to go to Garusa. We're going to buy a bunch of trade goods. And then we are never going to come back here again if we can help it. Now we just got to get out of this cursed land.
Here's a piece of friendly advice.
Oh, nice.
Maintain your armor properly.
Also, because we've completed the zone, we now get Harag Restoration, giving us an extra 10 repair points.
Here's a piece of friendly
I
advice.
probably want to sell you
Maintain
some
your armor
things.
properly. The Cardinal Mosquito of Ludern can pierce through plate and armor.
What weapon is he using? It's like a garbage level 6 sword with hallowed strike. So I could build him a rime steel straight sword. Which would be a pretty big buff for him. And frankly makes sense to me. Two stars. Can I upgrade that? Yeah, for super cheap. Until we get a legendary sword for him, at least. 29. 34 to 43. Yeah, okay, that's a pretty good jump. He would also benefit from an armet. No, we have a hat for him. We just have to go back and get it.
Here's a piece of friendly advice. Maintain.
I just need to go back to town. Let us leave this place. Oh my god, with the Trapper's Fondue and the other item we have that gives us run speed. Look how fast we move. Like lightning. It's wild.
Have a look, mercenaries.
What do you have?
Quality wares for a reasonable price.
Do you? Mutton, I'll buy that. Apples, I'll buy those. I don't think I need white leather anymore. I do need grease really badly. That's something I'm really having a lot of hard time tracking down. So, at the trading post, every time this unit performs an attack of opportunity, they gain protection from 1 round. That's Locke's new helmet. I was going to put the criminal's barboot on him, but I've realized that does not make sense anymore. So, hat. Hell yeah. The guard. I'm willing to swap this armor out as well if we find something better. That's crazy. He's going to be so hard to kill. Deus Vault. Yeah, big Deus Vault energy for sure. That's going on Brutus or Nick at level 8. That's also a medium helmet. Crit hit increased by 20%. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's get rid of this low-level Trapper's Cloak. And then I have 2 of these pikes, and the truth is I'm not going to need either of them because I just picked up a legendary pike. So I'll sell one of them off as well. Or, well, I'll break them down. Let's make pristine essence. Bit of rhyme steel. 3 meds. And I learned some pretty cool new stuff. If I could remember what it was called. Misty oil, infectious oil, sharpening, alertness, swiftness, wetting. Destabilized, brave. After attacking an enemy in close combat, has a 25% chance to follow up with an attack of opportunity. Unstable oil. I also should make...
You won't find any plague remedied in...
Probably need another vial here. Another one of these. So that I can make strength oil for Locke. Actually, alertness oil makes a lot more sense for him. I'm out of comfrey. I find that almost impossible to believe.
You won't find any plague remedied in this.
You sell comfrey?
You won't find any plague.
I for certain have some of this back in Vertruce. Yeah. We'll take 20 of them. And then he'll be perfectly set up with that new sword. Love it, dudes. So he has a 25% chance to follow up with an extra attack of opportunity, and his attack of opportunity is deal an extra 15% damage. Alright. Blacksmith. Alchemist. I don't think we need to do much more in the way of crafting or anything here. I do want to just sell some stuff off.
Are so pristine that Gosenberg traders are
$700 worth of gems.
And swamp creatures to buy them.
Keep that, keep that. Sell that. I think I could sell these low-level warriors armor now because everything is using ghost quality. Sell that. I can sell that. I don't want to sell all of these is my problem. I can sell that and that. I was going to break these down for parts, but I don't think I will. Archer's Beret is +1 range, so I'll probably keep that. The Qatar I will keep because it's level 8. Sell that. We have the Team Strike Sword. I like this for fire, but I also feel like we have enough fire things now that I'm not so worried about rat's nests. Also, we never need to do a rat's nest if we don't want to. Plague oil. Yeah. All right. So now I just need to figure out how am I going to deal with the weight of all these trade goods. Pelts are the most valuable. Sell all those rats. I have a crazy amount of syrup. I could just throw things in my inventory. I'm just realizing that. Let's just do that. I have a trade post. I don't need to get rid of anything. Everything is free. We're done with that, and that. We can probably tuck those away for now. Tuck all those away. Get rid of those. Those. Hold on to the torches, I guess, for now. We got to put our shields back on. Let's go 50 of those. A bunch of this infected blood. 40 of those can go in. I'm just trying to get rid of all the garbage. All this wood is incredible to see. And I actually wonder, is there anything I could craft with all of that? I'm gonna put all that beer meat away because it's so heavy. We also have, like, let's throw 50 cured meat, 50 dried fish, because that stuff just weighs down. Plague essence oil, I'm also gonna just leave here. I don't really need that. My god. Camp banner to get the bonus carrying capacity for 1 rest cycle. Yeah, that's always an option. But it's anything I put in there is also, like, free. I can just drag it to the next place, so. Why don't they sell carts? The merchants have carts. It's a good question. It's a good question. All right. You use that shield. You use that shield. You use this shield. Oh, you're already using the right shield. You use that shield. You use that shield. We can do the crafting once we get to the next town. I don't really want to screw with it here. Let's leave this province. Let's just quickly check the tavern first. Okay. Let's leave this province and never come back. We built our fancy roads. They get nothing more from us.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
Medium Alizarian armor. Flame bows. It's not that I need it, but I might. Crud. I said I was going to do this before we left. I got to be a man of my word. We've rested like twice. It should be enough that the noise has gone down. He says. Not actually certain if it's going to be true. Hi, I also have 8 knowledge points. On the relationship screen, 2 best friends can buy a drink. What else might I want? Might I want? Do we have all the rhyme steel weapons? No. Bow and halberd. Do I need that? It's a great question. I think the answer is probably no. We have most of the food that's worth taking. I don't really care about any of the concentrates. Not yet, at least. Part of me is like, do I just dump it into sailing? Ship gains 1 extra knot when positive. Sure, let's go with that. 3 points. It's wild to me how many belt accessories I'm missing. It's all of my chains if I do that. Hold it for now. Do I have to find all the question mark ones? Yeah, a bunch of those ones are like, this requires a recipe to learn. Which means somewhere in the world there's a recipe for it. Oh, amazing. This is like totally zeroed. Fred sneaks up behind the plague-ridden man and kills him silently. Oh, I could have just done this way earlier. Hey, 5 pythons. More leather straps. And of course, a chest. Wow. Crushed it. Have I finally figured out chests? The finger joints are articulated thanks to this intricate work of an artisan. Damage increased by 50%, but this unit can only use a base action. A base action. You can only use one base action or attack per turn. So that means I can't use any of these abilities. I mean, if I gave you hardcore training, you almost never destabilize strike. That would give you 50% on all your attacks of opportunity. Everybody else. Fred. I could put it on Fred and just make the piercing arrow do a ton more damage. He'd lose his barrage. Alternatively, someone like Christy could get stabbed, but she also has a lot of abilities. I actually feel like I'm going to give this to Adelhard. Adelhard Locke. One base action or attack per turn. %50 of that is like 20 damage, roughly. I do like your ability to destabilize, but one is so good on wrongdoers with the strength mace. I mean, I have that, but Toll also has weakening blow, tactical slam, and wrath, and he uses all of them constantly. I don't feel like he needs an extra 50% damage because he one-shots everything already. Now, that might change when we get out of this zone, but Barrage is so good, though. Yeah, and he's built as like for attack of opportunity as well. Well, actually, he doesn't have any gear that says that, but So what's particularly interesting to me about all this is I thought we would find, I mean, I'm really glad we came back just to get that piece. But I thought we were going to find the person that this stable asks us to look for. Who, as far as I'm aware, I have not found. Though I might be wrong. Let's climb this python. This piton. Help, I'm stuck. You're stuck.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good?
You might not. When you use it on him, but wrongdoers does have anything other than base action, so you lose nothing. What if... You still get rampage. If I built it on a berserker, it could work. And gave that berserker my legendary axe I just found. I would still need a berserker, which is something to consider, but we'll have to think about it. Boogie woogie. Whoops, I almost just attacked them. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Hop into the Ludern jail and buy
legally obligated to give
4 of
you a
those.
reward for each outlaw you bring in.
Do a little crafting. do a little crafting. Down. I could just buy the rope to fix this gurney.
I am legally obligated to give you a reward.
And I'd kind of like to do that, if nothing more than for the experience here. Because I think... a healthy unit assigned to the stretcher gets the drugged up status. We can start drugging people? Tell me more. I don't have a whip in base, but I have everything else. I'm kind of thinking, like, is there an achievement for having literally every buildable thing in the base? That feels like the kind of thing that there'd be an achievement for. Drugs and whips. What kind of camp are we running? I actually don't have the whips because they add like 10 pounds to your camp. Oh, you know what I'm going to do on the way out of here is I'm going to buy another horse. Absolutely no reason not to do that. And that would solve my little bit of carry capacity problem I'm running into lately. So this guy here...
Bion was the greatest tracker in the world, and the best person to ever live in this eye-forsaken kingdom. Why won't they let me help her?
Aha. I have this. It's just, I put it into storage. Wow, you guys are all really terrible. 35, 35, 35, 61, 61, 61. Can't believe we have to go all the way back here just to do that quest now. You're a work pony. Congratulations. Run speed increased. Now time to spend all of my points upgrading your constitution. Which is actually not too expensive to do. Because we upgraded the training dummy, which gives us 50% cost. Oh, back in glorious Virtus. I'm just realizing I still haven't equipped many of my shields. Or many of my side items, let's call them. The good doctor is meant to have one of these super throwing axes. And she's meant to have a crit item. But actually, the looter's torch would work for her because it gives 5% crit. I gotta build her daggers. Which I could do once I get to town. Rochette. R-O-A-C-H. The other companions approve. We got 5 creatures. And 4 ponies. Oh, man. Okay. So let's very quickly just grab that out of Garusa. I was wondering why this was like a gold item with +1 willpower. Now, obviously, it makes a lot more sense. We can grab a saddlebag to put on that horse. I have a level 8 officer's pylon? I didn't realize that. There's got to be some debate now on what I put on that halberder. Officer's pylon or the tracker's spear. It's probably going to be that officer's pylon. I actually have 2 of these. And they're not upgraded at all, so I could give them a ton of strength bonuses. I have 30 rhyme steel. I'm going to just throw all my torches away for now. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can make some trapper's fondue with that. Start grabbing all these regular items to make our normal food. Let's grab all this random stuff we have. These are level 8. Okay, so we actually have poisoned rhyme steel throwing knives for her, but not until she hits level 8. This and this can be destroyed. I think this hunter's bow can be chucked. This is a level 7 weapon. Each attack applies poison. Attacks 1 more time per debuff applied to the target. I think I'm going to put that on Ikmina. She's got the Ghost Claw right now. Sorry, and Huff also has the other Ghost Claw. He's got the Burning Ghost Claw. Attacks 1 more time for each debuff. Attacks apply poison. Boy. $13 damage twice, or 11 to 22 twice. I think that's way more worth it. So let's get rid of all this junk. I think we're about to go on a crafting montage. I got a feeling we're going on a crafting montage right now. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about those. Rochette can get that new saddlebag. This guy's working through an artifact still. Okay. What need me make? I wanted to try this new shield we found. The Bloodthirsty Heater Shield. Huh. So despite it being rhyme steel, it actually sucks. Stat-wise. Which is probably important to note. I'm also going to make a rhyme steel heater shield because it's going to unlock a new recipe. Craft. And then I got to just start looking at people and being like, who needs new gear? So Adelhard is using level 8 medium armor. That just adds carry capacity and only has 1 slot. So an obvious choice here. I'm not against the prestigious Crocswine helm. The damage taken by 20% when not engaged is actually probably pretty valuable still on them. I also just love how ridiculous it looks. I'm a simple man. Sometimes I just like when things look funny. You're in a level 8 trackers combo, which I'm okay with. Now, it might actually just be Adelhard in heavy armor. Heck yeah, Master Blacksmith. We can now also swap these forge pincers out for the better gear. The swag, which never gets old to say. Where's that swag? So I had him set to like retrieve to use less items while we were leveling him back up. But we don't need that no mo. So I have the Inquisitor is using the veteran Rondel, which just gives deflection. Rime Steel Heater Shield is flat out better for you in every way, shape, or form, and also decks you in a full set of Rime Steel, which is kind of cool, just to see what it looks like. And then I have a Bloodthirsty Heater Shield, which I think I was going to give to Evie Sue. Level 4 required. Oh. Wow. You need to be like level 8 to be able to get this item. And then it sucks. So let's dismantle that. And the Rondel. You know what? That might be better if I put stars on it. Almost definitely it would be. I made heavy armor. I'm an idiot. Well, she can use it on leveling. I guess it's not like it'll go to waste. Iron ore and coal. Well, we have a lot of that in storage. And purchasable.
I just know this year will be a
Okay. I'm actually like kind of running a little low on money for once. Rhymesteel Gambison. Oop. I missed. Soul Stranger, hello. I love that I missed it and I still made a 3-star 3 slot item. That's wonderful. Wonderful news. I also need to make a bunch of these. It's a shame because I could make colossal reinforced layers if I had the pause. So this armor is going on Adelhard. which I think we just need to do strength. Crit hit is not bad for him. As an option as well. Strength and armor or strength and crit hit? I actually think strength and crit hit is the better choice. Because he doesn't normally get engaged in combat. So we just got to make one more of those layers. Perfect. $46 extra armor, 5 extra guard. And then compared to the previous armor, an extra 6 critical hit and 4 strength. We can also take that layer off. Excellent. And we can upgrade his weapon again. Speaking of upgrading weapons, we do have some Etherite, some Akkadian steel. I think there's one item we haven't upgraded. The Rampart needs another upgrade, and I think one of the bows. The Sleuth. I'm about to unlock another legendary bow. And I love the Indomitable one. This one's very good for that AoE. So I wonder whether or not I actually don't upgrade that. Only you can read this. I am the voice in your head, coming at you in text form now. Oh no, it found me. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. How did it know? How did it know I was here? Bonk. Bonk. It's okay to steal. I mean, that is what this game teaches you. Stealing is okay in moderation. That's the big lesson this game teaches.
I just know this year will be a breeze.
And do I want to upgrade this rondel? What will it cost me to do so? Yeah. Why not? So here's the real question. Does that be better? All right, it's basically identical to Rhyme Steel. -1 guard, +2 armor. I could maybe hold that for her. Chuck that and that in there. Chuck that in there. Chuck that in there. We're all oiled up. Evie is not. The Daggins is not. Because I was looking for a special item on that. It's only a crime if you get caught. Otherwise, it's just gnomes. And if you get caught, as long as you're rich, it's no longer a crime. It's just a fine. That's the rule. Oh, wow. Actually, I have a few things unoiled here. I think we better go get a little oily. If you know what I mean. We better go get ourselves lubed up. Get rid of this. 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 We're getting there. I hate the breakdown period where you just have to like go through all your gear and sort it out. So time consuming. Gotta tell you about you were in my most watched channel last year, for real. That's amazing, dude. A fine for a crime is just legal for a price. Exactly. That's it. I thought this game told us punching things in the face repeatedly with a dagger works 100% of the time, unless that time includes playing zombie horde villages. Or that one bandit count, I guess the Alizarian guys who have the counter shield. Pugilists get dunked by them. They attack 3 times at 20% damage, and in return, they get attacked 3 times at 110% damage. It is not a good trade. Let me tell you. I wish I could make Gosenberg wine, but I guess I can't. What I can make, though, is probably some stuff here. Mutton stew. Mutton stews would be good. Double culture shock. Very nice, very nice. I have a couple of these seed sausages already, which I'm going to want to eat before we sell everything. I need Gosenberg wine, and I'm in Gosenberg.
I'm concerned about the
So that's solved. Thick-skinned unlucky. It's an axe character, but with unlucky, that's literally, I'd need to build him as a crit character. Nimble and snorer. No. Damn.
Might you be looking for?
Dang. While we have the buff on for trade goods,
Thank you for muzzling that crook.
we could buy more silver scrolls and spices, he says, crazily. Croonin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Jeez, I'm trying to remember what they sell in Gosenberg, and I cannot for the life of me. I know we sell spices in Stromcap. Though they also probably sell pretty well in Gosenberg. My plan right now is to take everything up to Gosenberg and just sell everything for whatever the price is. Like, eat some seed sausage and just sell everything up there. Because I suspect we'll get the best bang for our buck.
Strange. The market doesn't
Eels.
stink quite as much now.
I would offer wine to go with your cheese, but the disease has all but destroyed our vineyards.
Okay. Wish I'm going to buy his honey as well.
Offer wine to go with
Ooh, that's a lot of money. So, Gosenberg, we have to go through this gate, and then we have to go all the way up to the market, which actually isn't that far into town. And I tell you what, if we wanted to, we could go straight for the Tomb of the Ancients in Gosenberg. In Grinmeer. Because it's typically a lower level, so we'd probably have an okay time doing it. And then we'd have lots and lots of stuff to decode. Speaking of decode, I have to go up to the Fellowship of Knowledge. And sell off a bunch of stuff. All right. Last stop, alchemy shop. We're almost out of this hellscape, I promise. Ba-ba-da-bow. 8 rhyme steel, nice. Gotta love it. So... Each attack applies poison. Attacks one more time per debuff applied to the target. I wanted to give her infectious oil, which is status. That's stacking weird status effect. That's not like anything else. And then realistically, swiftness oil would be the best one to probably put on that for the dex bonus. But if she attacks based on the number of debuffs applied, this is not a great weapon for her. This would actually be much better on my other character. And your attack stance applies poison. I could give you, like, bleed. Paralyzing oil applies slowdown. Misty oil straight to health. Follow-up attacks, explosions, generate valor. Destabilize, but I don't have the seaweed and rum. Every time this unit is attacked, they have a chance to get points. %, chance to apply burning, poison, bleeding. I think I'm gonna give her bleed. As weird as that feels, I think that's what we're gonna do. Hello, Beery! Thank you for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Welcome on in. I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying the Wartales. The deep, deep Wartales we're in on. All right, I'm not going to put anything on your spear. Guard break. Oh, I wanted to put the rum and seaweed recipe on Dagon's hammer because it attacks 3 times, so it's almost guaranteed to destabilize. So, of course, love your stream. Thank you so much, dude. Much appreciated. Repal World discussion. I mean, that's an MP4, so I'm not gonna watch that on stream. Can't be trusted.
It's all so confusing to me.
Can't be trusted.
Who did this to my family, and why?
I don't want any of this. I want to leave this place. I want to get the hell out of here. Depart. I want to race back to this border so I can cash in this quest. And then I want to go run into Gosenberg. Get on the gank. Policarpus! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Nice fishing attempt.
Have a look, mercenaries. I sell quality wares.
I should have known. Mutton is actually something I can't get up here. Bait is really hard to get. Grease is really hard to get. Alizarian alchemical residue I need for making etherite steel. Beer I need for wolf ribs, but I'm doing okay. Everything else I'm fine. Honestly, these guys who travel once you start building the trade posts truly do have some of the best loot. Truly outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. I'm gonna let you make honey. Honey. Actually, let's get you drugged up. I want to see what drugged up does. Because I'm curious. Now, can I get back and then to Gosenberg on a single run? Probably if I take an apple pancake. Can I make Trapper's Fondue? Yes. That'll give us some extra run. Full pancakes, mutton stew. We'll make an extra one of them. Craft, 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 craft. I'm gonna make a candied fruit. So we can make a Tale of the Wolf and the Harp with all of our beer. What am I missing here now? Apple pancakes for eel soup. Apple pancakes are just so valuable. It's really hard to say no to them. We'll make 2 of those Hill Delights. Get back a bottle of wine, which is great. And I'm okay to just chill with that. So, Trapper's Fondue gives us 10% move speed. I don't know how to make the Gosenberg dish. So I'm okay with all this. Maybe let's just eat some cheese. Maybe some of these sausages we made a while back. What a meal. A feast. Did Big Bad get banned for posting that link to a funny video? I don't know what happened. It just deleted his message. I actually didn't do it. I might have a mod hiding in the wings. You never know. Certainly I don't. A smooth tablet. You've been struck by a smooth tablet. The annoying thing is these are going to take 4 turns each, and I don't know which one is which. We should consider going back to Cordia, where the Builder's Codex was found, and we got Urkashet's Mace, and trying this new combo. That would be back here. But I don't think we're going to do that right this instant. Because there's a lot of things I'm trying to do right now. And the ADHD medication is clearly not working.
Bion was the greatest tracker in the world.
Timed out because it was Pal World.
Person to ever live in this eye-forsaken kingdom.
Needed time to reconsider his life decisions. That'll show him. That'll teach him. All right, Bion's Torque. Instead of 9,000 influence is the other way to do this, and you get a tooth collar. Giving him the Torque gives us a spiked collar.
It's her Torque. Oh, my dearest Bion.
She found peace. She was found in pieces. After we were done with her.
For years, the guilt of leaving her to her fate had been eating away at me. Take this. I was keeping it for my future grandchildren. But you're family now.
That's creepy. I was keeping this spiked collar to put on my future grandchildren. When this unit is 30% or less, it gains Berserk. Cue soundtrack to Berserk anime. Really good on a grizzly bear. Pretty dangerous on everybody else. Have to know the enemy. Gonna start it up again to know the dangers of it. What, the Berserk anime? I mean, it's a good choice. It's always a good watch. Oh my god, I am so excited to not be in that swamp anymore. It's just like life is more beautiful out here. Suddenly, it's... The cicadas are cicading. The birds are chirping. The sun is shining. Life is but a dream. Out of curiosity.
I'll beg you.
I love that the bandits still scale. Like, only the bandits that are attacking merchant caravans, though. Nobody else scales. Just the bandits that are attacking merchant caravans. don't really have the money to go to the Brotherhood training grounds. As tempting as that might be. Inquisitors? Why are there Inquisitors there? I almost stopped to fight them because I thought to myself, oh, these guys will have Alizarian heater shields. I've noticed that Grinmeer is very ripe with banditry. Feels like there's a lot of bandits around. You have the OG in a DVD box? Oh my god. Incredible. That is one thing that, like, if I came into a bunch of money, I would just buy all the Berserk. Like, the manga volumes in those, like, really nice black leather bound things, and I would just put them in the bookcase behind me and stare at them frequently. And I'd be ever so pleased. They are something I really want to spend the money on, but I'm like, I do not. This is such a frivolous thing. I do not need to do this. But I want to. Bandits already 2 levels ahead of us. Yeah, the bandits are always 2 levels ahead, it seems. The ones that are fighting the merchants. Which, let me tell you, makes it that the merchants are never worth saving. Where the hell is the marketplace? Isn't that it? Oh? Yeah, it is. I don't know why it was hiding.
Want to do business? The death of Will of the Witch will bring you good luck for sure.
Gems, pottery, and scrolls. Okay, so scrolls were a mistake. We bought this silver for 70 and we sell it for more than double. So that was a good deal. The spices, 35 and 35. We can sell here for 77. I don't think that's as good as Stromcap, but I'll take it for now. The amber we got for 35 and sells for 88. That's a very good deal. And the pelts we got for 52 and they sell for 132. Hot diggity dog. Oh man, these guys sell grease? I am tempted to buy that.
The People's Fellowship is right. This city only looks after the wealthy and doesn't care about the common folk.
We got lots of stuff for sale. What else we got here?
Got what she deserved. For years now, we've complained about the bandits lurking in the alleys at night, yet she always refused to increase the guard.
What did I buy these scrolls for? 52, and I can still sell them for 86.
We have almost everything we need.
Oh, here you go.
Help, thanks, mercenaries. Perfect. Stick around. The effigy will be ready in no time.
These guys asked us to build
I'll give it a head that's just as ugly as the real thing was.
a giant burning man, basically.
I placed the effigy on the pyre. Take a good look. It's about to go up in smoke.
Alok, is that you? Due to some incredible meticulous art for a manga, he does.
You
This is
gave us
pretty.
the materials needed for this effigy. You've earned the honor of setting it on fire. Oh, the People's Fellowship lads and lasses would be so proud of you.
Something tells me if I light this on fire,
You gave us the
I'm gonna get in a fight. And I'm not buffed for fighting right now. I'm buffed for trading.
Want to do business? The death of Will of the Witch will bring you good luck for sure.
So let's pause a moment on that. I'm gonna try to build a trading depot up here, I think. $52.86. So normally you sell these in Cordia, which is many provinces away. I'm going to just sell them. That's enough of a good deal. I'm willing to take it. And yeah, I think if we can set up a trading post here, I'm going to do that. I doubt I can pave it. But it would at least let me like transfer goods. Dude, I love this province. I think my UI is not working because it's not showing me that things are what they are.
Should be looking for work.
Well, we are going to want to do this. Giant crop circles have appeared in the fields. Terrified farmers believe them to be the work of the tools. Search the area for whoever's responsible. To the north, and we might as well vanquish Jet's squad while we're up there. Who's right next door. Fenris Dread. The former slave Fenris Dread swore to have revenge on Gosenberg. The Broker Council is keen to get to him first and is demanding his head. Am I cocky enough to take on the boss this early? I'm certainly cocky enough to consider it. You could take him? Every time you tell me I could take him, I don't trust it.
If you want to order a...
Okay, where are all the people for sale in this tavern? Archer. Spearman. Pugilist.
You're the ones who got my cousin across the border. By
Mead
Jove.
Pike.
When he told me how much he promised you, well, I hope you're ready to spend it.
This guy also sells Gosenberg wine. I'm gonna steal this recipe. That's rough, but okay. Let's sing us a ditty while we're here. How about the tale of Hammy the Boar? I wonder. Hammy the Boar, he is a pig. He likes to eat people. But we don't ask any questions about it. We just let him live his truth.
You're the ones who got my cousin across the border.
So I am now wanted, which is not great considering I'm in a big city. I thought the last boss was easy. I mean, we absolutely slam dunked the last boss, so I would argue he was easy. Pay-per-view, meet in the Artist Square. The Prodigal Son, keeping the peace. Berna's Arena. This arena, I think we can do. As well, and get a free item. Oh my god, they're so fast. What the hell?
You are wanted for a number of crimes. We will not let you go until you have paid the fines you owe. Don't take it personally. I'm just doing my job. Thank you for your contribution.
So instead of paying 150 bucks, I pay 220. But I had the chance to do it for free.
The faithful can make all sorts of charitable donations. But I'm how generous of you, mercenary.
If we build a trade post, which is right here. I could ship up the rest of the wood I need. The trade post, which is right there. I am all kinds of turned around. There once was a pig named Hammy the Boar. He had visions that made his head sore. So into battle Hammy flew, and along the way many enemies he slew. But that was the end of Hammy the Boar.
There are very few vacant lines. I know it's a costly endeavor. I will find someone.
That's a very fitting rhyme.
Post at once.
Gotta try to remember that one.
Mercenaries, I have.
How much is this going to cost me? I haven't built Stromcap Decordia? Oh my god, okay. 1500. I don't have it. $27 wood there. I have 40 wood in Ludern. Okay, let's just take that.
You are now the proud owners of a plot of land. I've made sure that your travel post is. Is there
Blah 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 blah. What do you sell?
The only things I can sell.
Nothing really that valuable. Okay. Go back to the church and we can make our donation. We are a good God-fearing men. Oh, look, extra wood outside the church. Perfect. Perfect. Ragnar the Red. I was singing when we first learned Adventurers Galore. I was singing Ragnar the Red to it. Oh.
Gosenberg is the first.
You only needed one or the other.
The caravan transporting the emblem from.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, we have a quest in the artist square here, so let's grab this.
You wish to congratulate us on our performance.
You must take heart in the Brotherhood's investigation to question this person. Is that it?
I hope you enjoy.
Oh yeah, we didn't agree to join the investigation, did we? Okay. The Alizarian embassy is under siege. Where is that arena? Dudes, I cannot get over how many bandits are in this city and how much I don't want to fight any of them. There are too many. There's the arena. Rena's arena.
You want to take part? Blessed be Saint Elior.
Oh yeah, we might get a sword from this.
Our competitors, and our current champions have already lost 3 times against the Hovendorp champion. If this goes on, the stands will soon be empty.
My biggest issue is, again, I don't have any of the right food set up at the moment. But the arenas tend to be pretty straightforward. We take Toll, we take Locke, we take the Inquisitor, and we take... I'm tempted to take Adelhard because I'm pretty sure he can one-shot a character. Because of the way that his weapon... That's actually pretty tempting. Because his weapon does bonus damage against a single unit. And it does like 200% almost on its opening attack. So he does like almost 200 damage. Probably about 180, assuming he doesn't crit. And then he applies 180 stacks of bloodshed as well. Oh, and he has perforating oil, which I didn't even realize. Damn, at a 25% crit chance at this point. Normally, I take Huffleton because he's just capable of doing so much damage. The good doctor could also be okay, but I think Huffleton is still the way to go, maybe. He's also got good mobility. Let's give it a shot. Brawler at level 9. Okay. Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. If I took Adelhard in here, he actually would have gotten a double kill immediately. Comedy. Gregrit must be engaged at the end of the round. I'm pretty sure they're going to be dead at the end of the round, but sure. They go second. This spearman goes first, who does do knockback. Cha-cha-cha. He's got one more strength point than I do. Which means Toll can't one-shot him. Toll can one-shot this guy very easily. What else do you do? At the end of your turn, grants deflection to adjacent enemies. Gives dodge. Okay. $44? More if he crits it. I mean, this dude is dead for sure. He's taking 50 damage on his turn. And doing very little. What? What? 15%, not 20%. Good grief. Oh my god. Can hardly believe this damage. You're stuck in a punch, so I don't have to worry about your damage at all. Up next is the big guy. Forces them to disengage if engaged in combat with an ally. Applies fragility. So I could actually disarm him with lock. Toll can reach him. Toll can one-shot him. So I think let's actually just go destabilizing strike to get rid of his guard, and then slice for maximum damage. What happened there? How come he attacked twice? When attacking an enemy in close combat, 25% chance to follow up with an attack of opportunity. That did 89 damage. Do I disarm him? I feel like no. I'm gonna taunt him. That way he does less damage. And he gets countered for more. Oh my god, the double counter. I always forget about it. Locke is so good. This combo is disgusting on him. Truly, truly outrageous. That's 11, which means I could move here. Galvanize. Then use Wrath to kill that guy. Damage taken reduced by 100%. This unit cannot be taken out of combat. What? What? What gave you this ability, young man? Enemy units have tenacity status when they have 1 health. Allies win when all enemies have tenacity. I did not understand, but I do now. It does mean I have to get stabbed a lot more than I would like. Ow. You have tenacity, you have tenacity, you have tenacity. You don't. You do the most amount of damage. Tap, 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 tap. Huffleton, Slitherstone, Griffinham, and Ravencott. Dex of companions increased by 5%, or every time a companion is attacked, they gain 10% damage. Considering the rule is... I mean, I have 3 strength users, so Vengeful Spirit is clearly the way to go. At the end of each round, all enemy units are healed up to the level of their ally with the highest remaining health. I don't care for this arena. I don't care for it one bit. Oh my god. So if you leave a character with, like in that situation, they all would have went back up to basically full health because the archer had full health. Would that have gotten rid of tenacity? Dudes, this is actually a pretty hard arena. I like it. We also got poison traps. New requirement, Toll must not move. Zulid is probably gonna go for Toll. Unless I am engaged with literally any other character. You know what? I have max points. I can play this however I want. Dude, I actually wish I brought Adelhard so badly. Ma. Didn't go as planned. If I disarm this guy, he can't attack. So I'm just gonna do that. Screws up my riposte. Sure. $24 damage straight to HP. If this unit has more armor than the engaged opponent, their attacks always land critical hit. At the end of their turn, deal 18 damage close to health to the closest target headbutt. I have a problem. I can't reach their archer. Who do I want to hit more? I guess you. All right. Tenacity. Quick actin' tenacin. Let's. Go for you. Okay. Fury, fever, bleeding. Archer still has to go. You're still a bit of a problem. I think we're going to go for this guy. Go for that good attack of opportunity crit. Technically, Fatal Blow will never work. So I'm actually just going to reposition. Yeah, see? They all gained a lot of HP back. And what's interesting is that does mean they also lost their tenacity. So it's largely about doing as much armor damage on that opening round. Up, up, up. Critical. There's the tenacity. He's weakened as well. So he will disengage. Throw another one of those nice daggers at me. Rude boy. Huh. Come to an awful realization with this dweeb. That I won't counter him because he's going to knock me back anyway. 32. 16, 8. 24, 32, and 16. That's 48 right there. Just for safety's sake. Oh, I'm gonna get domed with that. You are next. I'm going to... I already have Fury. Never quite enough here. There's the tenacity. Oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot that we don't stay engaged if we do that. 125. Extra 74. He's weakened. We hit him with the wrath. And we get it. Every time a companion lands a critical hit, they apply bleeding. Every time they disengage, they perform an attack of opportunity. Huh. Would that count on my dash? Would they attack of opportunity, then dash? Failing a requirement from the crowd heals all enemy units for 20% of their maximum health. You got to repair armor. You can generate points. You can repair armor. All right, so we're still in like pretty good shape. Krugot must be engaged. They're thief. Weaken him so he does little damage. Destabilize so you counter for the most. And then slice him just for fun. I'm happy to let him hit because we dramatically counter him. Dude, Locke is a machine. This guy gets deleted. Can we one-shot it? No. So I will go for that. Thankfully, Toll generates points also pretty much every time he attacks. Up next is Krugot. So I'm going to run through this guy. Oof. That's nice. Punch, disengage. I mean, he's not really going to do a lot of damage with that punch. He's going to disengage and then he's just going to throw that dagger. So I think we just take it. 2 damage, Fury. There's the smoke grenade. And then he daggers me in the back. Guy with the sword that allows him to only do one action be able to use that attack of opportunity? Yes. Yes. And that's kind of why I want to put that item on lock. I'm going to have a really hard time, I think, getting in here without hitting that trap. Yes, I am 100% correct. Oh, everybody's going to heal 160, then an extra 20% at the end of this battle. That is in range, is it? I thought maybe it was. Whoa! That did it. What? Excuse me? So getting knocked back into a displacement trap one-shots you? That's a nice rule. I'm glad you're telling me that now. I don't know what just happened and why they both got free attacks of opportunity on this character. I'm really upset about this, though. Very frustrating. Good grief. Maybe it was a different trap. It certainly didn't look like it. Let me tell you, it certainly did not look like it was a different trap. You're dead. Oh, okay, we're not. I still need to kill everybody before they go. You have tenacity. You have tenacity, which means I need to kill both of you in a very short period. In basically 2 moves. These guys got stat jumps. Big, dirty stat jumps. Can I galvanize on both of them? Okay. Out. Knockback. Out. I mean, she's got to do more damage. There's no question about that. Is she going to do enough damage? No. Absolutely not. All right. How'd you get an arrow as well after using a basic action to punch? Oh my god, the 25%. I forgot about it. All right, well, we made the crowd happy. Strength of companions increased by 5%. Or all enemies start with vulnerability. That's only going to be once. I'd rather the 5% strength. This sucks, though, because she took an insane amount of damage. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. All right. Is what it is. Take on the champ. 2 champions. Kogo. And Toro. Brotherly Fury, damage increased by 300 P. If the other brother is within 4 meters, this unit gains 300% damage. Dealing damage to a unit grants him Toro's target. Toro deals 5% more damage. Kogo takes 5% more damage. Stackable. This guy's got a two-handed sword called Prosperity. Deals 70% strength to all units in the area, knocking them back 2 meters. Units that could not be knocked back take 150% extra damage. And you get... deals an insane amount of damage per round. And if engaged in combat, that unit gains protection for 1 round. You also have For Glory, creates a power zone. Damage increased by 50%. I don't have a great feeling about this. You're going to create a power zone, and then you are going to do a bunch of knockback damage. So I'm going to probably want Toel to be engaged with you. Oh my god, you guys have such low strength right now. That I actually crit with Urkashets. I don't have any knockback, do I? Very loud noise outside my house, and I was like, is this coming from my computer? It is a wood chipper chewing up Christmas trees. Kogo and Pogo, are they ferrets? Are these famous ferret names? Kogo and Pogo? But they don't have like a crazy amount of HP, so part of me is like, what if I just try to beat the tar out of him? 3 meter area. They do so much damage. Defensive stance. Or protection. Makes this much easier to tank. Yeah, all right. I'd rather hit both of them, so. I am going to taunt him as well, just to get the weakening. Because he's still going to hit me like a Mack truck. Oh, each companion must end their turn next to an ally. So they're going to heal for 20% of their HP at the end of the turn. Yuck. Champion gains Surge of Pride as long as they stay in this area. Ah! Aha! If I lock him in here, he's going to hit his brother and do 150% extra damage. Alternatively, I could not lock him in and let him get knocked back, but it's only 2 meters, so he's going to be within range anyway. Let's go for max damage here. If already engaged in combat, this unit gains protection for 1 round. I think we know the drill at this point. Just do as much as we can, as quick as we can. Hell yeah. Ooh. He also just became Kogo's target, which is very funny. 165, and he's back on, which means Huffleton can come in here and absolutely 100% kill him with an arterial precision. Attack of opportunity. Oh, that was not who I expected that attack of opportunity to go on, but sure. That might kill him. But of course, we have the tenacity, which I kind of forgot about. I mean, you're dead no matter how this goes, so might as well get the extra strike from double hit. Bit of burning as well, can't complain. 52, okay. The willpower save. I actually forgot all about that. You're... Oh, I can disarm them? Can I disarm champions? Does not work against champions. Do you count as a champion? You're an elite. It's a very good question. I'm not sure. Beastmaster movie. If you have seen Beastmaster, it's a terrible classic. Conan level terrible acting with steroid-filled half-naked men. He has cute animals to include his farts. Kogo and Pogo, who do all the work. And to include his ferrets. I was like, oh yeah, he's including his farts in the movie, is he? It's an interesting choice. We should probably taunt you for the weekend. Actually, let's just try disarm. It does not work. Okay, so we're gonna taunt you. I can get knocked back, so I'm not going to take a crazy amount of damage, but the problem is I'm also, that means not going to engage in a counter. Ow. New toll. New requirement, toll must not take any damage. They both heal to 330. Ugh. Creates a power zone. So I have 2 turns till he uses Rushing Gale. And they're getting some sort of interesting diversion that counts on like their next turn. I tell you what. Why don't we run in here with you? Stack that for as much as we possibly can. He's not quite tenacitied, but he's not far off. You're gonna get headbutted again? Oh, actually power zoned. Oh my god, does power zone stack? No. We're both going to get attacked next turn, so I wouldn't mind taking deflection, but $111 damage is the alternative, which I think is maybe still the better choice. Hit him with everything you got. So he's gonna die from Kogo's attack right now. I'm going to get pushed back. And I think if I click on lock, he will disengage attack without being in range. 68, 68. What is this? Why are you both magically healing? All right. Tenacity. Tenacity.
Well done. You won.
Hell yeah.
It was packed for your last fight.
Hell yeah.
Ages. Business is booming. You've more than earned your prize.
For failing requirement. But that's at the end of the... I thought that was at the end of the round that triggers.
While we're at it, how would you feel about representing us at the arena clash against Hovendorp? The competition will start very soon. With
I love
champions
arenas.
like yourselves, we finally have a chance.
My new champions. I had to congratulate you in person.
Oh, very good. Thank you, broker.
Never have I seen someone defeat my champions with such panache.
We did have a lot of panache. What can I say? We're full of panache.
Would be a unique opportunity for you to fight in front of a larger audience. And as luck would have it, I'm looking for someone strong enough to take part. You could represent us.
Me?
Taking part in the greatest show in Gosenberg, facing the fierce Hovendorp contenders, securing the title for Burner's Arena for the first time in 4 years. You'll think about it, won't you?
Let me think.
I knew it. I knew you had heart. I'll await your final answer outside Hovendorp's arena, where the clash will take place.
I gotta be honest, I love the arena part of this game. I think it's one of the most interesting parts.
Ah, I saw you fight. I couldn't believe my eyes. You people are natural-born fighters.
Oh my god, these are such good items. Critical damage plus 15, but -1 movement. And this is knocks back twice as far. Obviously, I'm thinking like my halberder could just yeet people into oblivion. And critical damage on so many of my characters are like guaranteed crits at this point. Oh my god. And Adelhard finally has a sword and he can't even use it because he's not a high enough level. Not Adelhard, Locke. That's so good. It's a huge buff in damage, but more importantly, if already engaged in combat, this unit gains protection for 1 round, which Locke is like always engaged in combat. That's what he does best, is be engaged in combat. Especially considering this other sword is just does damage. Deals 57 damage to all units in the area, knocking them back 2 meters. Alternatively, I could put Locke back on 2-handed swords, and I could give the 1-handed sword to Evie Sue. Neither of them can use them right now, so it is potatoes. Hey, Mona. But I do want to know more. Hey. Are you coming in to say hi to chat? Let me see if I can catch a tiger by the toe. Hi, Big Mona. Hey, yo. We're dressed the same today. We're both in black and white. Say hi to everybody, Mona. Say, I'm a big fluffy cat. I've been sleeping all day in the blankets. Hey. What are you up to? Meow, 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 meow. Look, people are saying hi to you. Can you see? She says, the only thing I can see is how much I want to be put down. Okay, okay. No need for the back claws. Yeah, I'm gonna always put you down gently. I always put you down gently. You don't need to be so dramatic about it. I tried to pick her up yesterday and she let out the longest hiss at me. We were sitting on the couch and she was like, this is not where you get to pick me up. What a baby. What a baby. Mary and Pip and your tuxedo boys have also been sleeping in a pile of blankets all day. There's no better spot for a cat to be than a pile of blankets. Let it be known. Those bandits are very, very close. Ow. So are we just meant to like sleep in the streets of this town? I guess the answer to that is yes. Well, said the cat. Well, said Jack. Are we making? Dex and crit damage is a pretty good combo. Throwing a mutton stew. And my God, we're ready to party. She don't get much better than that, she don't. Let's do apple pancakes. Edoran wine. I have to go all the way down to Arthas to get this wine. You know what, though? This food sucks. Apple pancakes make hill delights. I need wheat. Prawn curry is for sailing. All right, whatever. That's good. The arena clash is starting in Hovendorp's arena. Foul smell in the camp. Get rid of that corpse. We can take you off of that if that's the case as well. Interesting thing about the city is there's actually no special item. Which kind of is a bummer. Turgus! Exploring this tomb was the best idea we've ever had. Our teamwork has improved, we've gained experience, and most importantly, it's made us rich. Willpower increased by 5. That's got to be temporary. +1 relationship with the group, but gain noisy. Enemy aggression range increased in the world. Dude, this is Turgus? Everybody is best friends with Turgus. It doesn't matter who he's close to. They get massive bonuses. Buy a drink. You have no negative personality trait. Requires 2 beer and 300 points. What if I was Locke? Can I buy a drink? Do you have a negative personality trait? Grumpy. Oh, noisy is only 1 day. Oh my god. Okay, carnivorous is a negative personality trait. I want to buy booze for people. Can anybody else afford to do this? I'll be real. I don't think we have a lot of negative personality traits. Oh, you're upset that the cattle are guarding you. Huh. Okay. There is an inn in town somewhere. That's true. We could just go to the inn, but what's the fun in that, really? Also, sorry, I pulled a few things here. What's drugged up? This unit ignores the next injury. All right, that's pretty cool. I'll put you on that. I guess I could put you on the bees. You've unlocked the broker's table. The problem being is I don't know how to make mead pike yet. You're close. You're very close. Fred hitting level 8. I don't know. Everybody's working along happy. Should be there. I could put the beehive here. And at least then everybody's friends. Somebody's gonna get stung, but that's just like practice for medicine. And also if somebody gets stung, I could actually just put them on the gurney now too. You know what? Why don't I do this? Seeing as she's got drugged up, that's probably the best spot for her to go. Amazing. Glorious. So I think we'll make our way up to these jobs north. We could do the arena clash on the way. We are super buff right now. Alternatively, we could go for Fenris Dread. But I feel like actually, yeah, if we go for the arena class and then both of these jobs, we could probably do all of those while we're super, super buffed up. And it would be a very good plan. So I think let's do that tomorrow. Because that's all the time we got for today. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad we're in Gosenberg. At long last, we're out of Ludern. We're into a new region. We've got arena fights. We've got tomb diving. We've got all sorts of great fights coming tomorrow. And then I guess probably we'll do that. We'll loop the way back, kill the boss en route, and then go start the actual quest for the zone. And see how long it takes for us to chew through that. And I think once I'm done this zone, I might go straight to Balerion. I might skip Alizar. We're going to have to see. But in the meantime, we'll be back tomorrow, so stay tuned.